This is the IGVF portal UI changes for April 2025. I'm Forrest Tanaka. I'm a developer on the IGVF portal UI. So let's cover the changes. Let's take a look at the first release of the month of April 2025. That is the barcode map report link fix. So on tabular file pages, you could have a barcode map 4 table, and it's there's one. And so what had happened is the way we embed the data changed slightly, and that caused this report link button to break and take you to a page with no results. So here we have 4 items in the page. If we click this report link, we now go to the same items, 4 of them, in this report view. And so now we actually get results here. So that's a good thing. Let's see, analysis step version page. So this is for the analysis step version objects. We now have a much nicer looking output here in this list view. And we also have a nicer looking page. Before, we just had the generic page where it doesn't really know what the objects are. And so it just looks for objects and tries to figure out how to display them. But now another UI developer has come in and made this more custom for what people probably want to see. This one's the CC BY badge and link is right here in this below the indexing badge, and this is a link that takes you to the Creative Commons BY license. The show form submission errors for conflicts, a little bit difficult to show, so I'm going to try this on my local instance of the IGVF site, so none of this data makes running on this version of the website makes any sense. But let's take a look at we'll say alignment files, and we'll edit the object. The problem was that for certain kinds of errors, like you'd see down here, it was just showing a very unhelpful generic message. And so we fixed that. So now, as far as I know, for all errors, it will give you the full details of the error. Like this one. Release timestamp is a required property, and I just deleted it for a released file. So that's why we get that error. Okay. Let's see. Controlled access and download button. This is pretty difficult to demonstrate. It mostly changed the rules slightly for when the file download button appears. And by the file download button, I mean like on a page like this, a file page where you get this download button. There were certain cases where this wasn't enabled for future objects. It's really not an issue right now. That's why it's difficult to demonstrate. So those are all the changes for 8.44. Let's take a look at version 8.45, starting with display file set subtype in file list view. So let's see, not the report view, the list view. So if we look down this list of files, each file points at a file set, and before we were just showing file set here, no matter what kind of file set it was. And now we show the actual type of file set, the subtype of file set that each file points at. So auxiliary set, measurement set, what do we have up here? Analysis set. So that should make things more clear. Barcode map fixes. Well, yeah, again, we return to the tabular files. Let's look for that barcode map again, or that barcode map table. And here it is. And the problem was this sample terms column was always blank, even if it had sample terms. And so that was just a bug that I had caused a long time ago, actually. And but now it does show the correct sample terms. This is internal issue. This one, remove analysis step version submitter comment duplicate. Yeah, there was a weird case where you could get a duplicate submitter comment on this page, and so now you only see one. Remove attribute panel. Yeah, so this is, let's get a better example here. Maybe a alignment file. Okay, yes, so we used to have the separate attribution panel at the bottom of the page, almost every object page. You will no longer ever see that because we moved all of that to this one line. This shows the lab, this shows the contact PI, and this shows the award. And they all link to their relevant records. So that makes the pages a little bit more compact and gets you more relevant information there. Let's see, that's an internal issue. This I wasn't that involved with. It has to do with this menu, and it's going to change again as we try to figure out the most correct and helpful way to show this menu. Add file preview to more locations. So let's see. Oops. If we go to an analysis set with a decent set of files, let's try this one. Yeah, so certain files have this file preview button in the header right here. What's the size of this? Oh, this is too big. We've got a limit of 50 megabytes on these files that we can preview. So here's this 2 megabyte bed file, and you can see we can preview the first part of the file right in the table, which we couldn't do before. Another thing is if you look in the file graph, we also have the preview button here. Again, this one is too big, and so you get this error message. Let's try a different one. How big was this one? Oh yeah, this is really small. So that's the preview. So you'll get them there too. I believe you'll get these here as well if there was a relevant file type here. I don't know if there are any. Yeah, these are all FASTQs, so we don't see them there. So hopefully that will be make things a little easier. And so those are all the changes for 8.45. Now let's look at 8.46. Remove link prefetching on schemas page. This isn't really something I can demonstrate, but the problem was on pages with a lot of links. For example, this one, which has many rows, and each row has 1 link, 2 links, 3 links, and 4 links. Whenever we displayed this page, our development platform would send small requests to our user interface server for each of these links. And for pages with so many links like this, it was loading down our UI server. So on this page, we've actually turned that off so that it'll give you a little slower response, but really not enough to be noticeable. Let's see, display submitted file name on curated set files table. So on curated sets, let's look for one with a nice set of files. Just about anything will do. We now show the submitted file name column right here. And you can even sort it. Sample term descriptions and definitions. If we look at the ontology terms, sample ontology terms, let's look at the definition and description. Let me try that again. we now have a different criteria than before as to what we display here. So if there's only a definition or only a description, we'll show either of those. But in cases where we have both a definition and a description, we'll show the definition right here, and we don't show the description. It's only if we have, the only time you'll see the description is if we only have the description, like this case. And so now you see the description. So that's version 8.46. And now for the last release of the month of April is 8.47. So add software version page. We've had the list view for software versions for a long time, looking like this, but we always had these linked to a generic page. But now it links to a page made specifically for software versions. So this should display more relevant information than before. I can take a look at a couple here, and yeah, so that should be a little more relevant. And lastly, file preview updates. For our file previews, we did have an issue where, let me bring up, let's see, file format and file size. Yeah, we did have an issue for when there's very, very large files. Let's take a look at, let's find something relevant here. Let's see, so file format, we'll just look at TSV files. Okay, so this is one with this 5.9 gigabyte TSV file, and we just can't preview those. And before, it would take maybe a minute, if not more, before it just gave you an error message saying it couldn't show you the preview. And so I've cut that down so that it should only take a few seconds before figuring out that it can't. And the other thing I added was when it can't preview the file. That's kind of a strange error message. I actually get that from our decompression package, and I haven't seen that one before. It now gives you the option to download the file right from here. So as long as you have a file less than 50 megabytes, you should be able to preview it. Here's one that's 1.2 megabytes. Let's see if that works, and there you go. So this is, of course, not the whole file. It's just the first part of the file. And then you can, of course, download the file to see the whole thing. Those were the IGVF portal UI changes for April 2025. So I will see you again next month for the IGVF portal UI changes for May.